Howdy folks, high value DMD. Don't just give me your subscription, but please let me earn it. Let me earn your like and let me earn your comment. Today we're going to be discussing Looksmaxxing. This whole Looksmaxxing thing is sweeping the internet. It's been around a couple of years, but it is gaining popularity. And man, it hit my algorithm and I saw it and I've been aware of it. But what particularly piqued my interest was this guy named Clavicular. Clavicular is his name. That's not his real name, but he is like the chief of Looksmaxxing. So let me break it down. Let me first explain to you who I am, and that's going to give you some context of why I'm interested in Looksmaxxing. So I'm a dentist, and I'm about to start training in oral and maxillofacial surgery residency. That's a dental residency in the United States, at least. In Europe, it's viewed as truly like a hybrid specialty between medicine and dentistry. But here in the U.S., the traditional pathway is all you need is a dental. Well, you start in dental school, then you can go into residency. You can also get your MD also. But anyway, I'm going to be training in this field. So oral maxillofacial surgery, what is it? It is a field that is driven like regarding aesthetics of the face, jaw surgery, like trauma of the face, lacerations, if you have a fracture, a jaw fracture, an orbital fracture of the eye. Those are things that we take care of, that you call. Like, you don't necessarily call an ear, nose, and throat doc first. You don't call a trauma surgeon first. You don't always call a plastic surgeon first. All these other people, they can be trained in this area, but oral maxillofacial surgery, this is what we do. That is our specialty. Okay, so that's what I'm going into. And so my field of study, we are like the original Looksmaxxers. Like, our whole thing is we look for asymmetries in the face, deficiencies in the jaw, in your profile. We look at like pictures of you from the side, from the front, and at all angles, man. And we want to like make you look as best as possible. All these things such as like ratios of the face, the mid face, the lower third, the upper third, all of these things, I'm telling you, that is what we study. And I think it's beneficial that we start out as dentists, because dentists, they're looking at shapes and colors and the gums and contours and everything. Doing that like upside down in a mirror at different angles. Okay, like we are trained to such precision. All right, we care about details. We care about aesthetics. All right, that's who I am. And so when I see the exposure that Looksmaxxing is getting on the internet, it's like almost there's a duality to it, because I think it is very, very positive, but there's also negative to it. Let me first start with the negative, right? So this guy named Clavicular, what little I do know about him is his origin story, so to speak. It begins with him being a bouncer in a club, and what he notices is all of the successful men, like that are successful with women, that are popular, that have many friends, they are the most attractive, and they are the tall men. And all this like content in this genre, people are quoting all these studies about how, you know, like a certain percentage of men, like this percentage of men that are attractive, are tall, they do better in all these metrics, in career, in dating, in marriage, whatever have you, okay? I mean, those are positive, but what I'm getting at about negatives is when you focus so entirely too much, and you're able to tell me about like orthodontic surgery, that's jaw surgery. If you're using those terms, if you understand what pronathia is, that's when your jaw is in a class 3 relationship with your upper jaw, so to speak. Pronathia is your jaw is jutted forward. Retronathia is when your jaw is back that way. If you are a layperson and you know what all of these terms are, that has me very concerned, man, because there's like a psychosocial element to these conversations about how you look. There is. And when you approach wanting to Looksmax and make yourself better, you need to make sure that like you're grounded and that you're doing things for the correct reasons. This guy named Clavicular, I think he's just doing this for clout on the internet. And I'm getting the impression that he's getting attention from women that isn't real. Like, he knows that it's not genuine. I mean, he does know that. He knows it's not genuine. He knows it's all for views and for the streaming and for revenue and money. And he acknowledges that a lot of these women, they wouldn't even hang out with him if the stream was turned off, man. They want to get in front of the camera and be somebody and blow up and then be famous. So this whole idea of Looksmaxxing in that vein is vanity and like not really a positive gain in your life. He talks about destructive things like testosterone enhancement, and he started it when he was an adolescent. Man, I tell you, like, I'm not an endocrinologist, but I do understand like the basics about endocrine, your thyroid, your pituitary, your adrenal glands, all of that, and the axes, and how your hormones can get really, really messed up if you mess with that and you're not having it managed by a physician. Like, to start that in your adolescence and then to push this for young people to do, like to be the example, and for young guys to see this and they think, well, this is my only shot, man. This is my only shot if I'm going to be successful with women in my career. I need to do testosterone. He talks about things like bone smashing, like literally taking a mallet to your malar eminences, your zygoma, and your ramus, and tapping them to create microfractures in your bone in order to make them stronger and make them bigger, to have a more pronounced like profile in appearance. Clavicular apparently even got orthodontic surgery just for aesthetics. And I've seen a lot of patients, and I've referred people to oral maxillofacial surgery for jaw surgery, and I only do that for people that truly need it, right? Their side profile, for lack of a better word, is truly fricked. Like they would benefit, man. They would look a million times better with this. And I saw his before and afters. Like he didn't look like he truly needed this surgery. So there's a lot of vanity, man. There's a lot of like mental health issues at play, potentially with Looksmaxxing. Now, I will say, this Looksmaxxing movement has brought attention to my field of study, to dentistry, to orthodontics, to oral maxillofacial surgery. Like, I saw in a comment, this guy was talking about wanting to get a MARPE. A MARPE is a form of like assisted surgical like opening of the suture up in your maxilla. SARPE, MARPE, there's different types, but you cut the suture and then you widen it in order to like to widen your face, to change your profile. Average normies, so to speak, are becoming aware of this. So, I mean, I'll just say it, like, it's good for the bottom line. Looksmaxxing is good for me because people will come to me needing surgery to enhance their aesthetic profile. It's good. I think it's good for the public that they gain knowledge of what I do and what's available. Like, I believe in Looksmaxxing. Don't get me wrong, man. I believe in making your teeth look better. I believe in that, man. Like, if somebody doesn't like something about themselves and it truly bothers them, it truly does. But they're mentally sound and they're, in all aspects of their life, they're a productive member of society. I don't know. Like, they're doing things that clearly presents that, okay, this person is a stable person. I have no problem with changing something about yourself. If your nose isn't the correct shape that you would like, if your lips, if you want your lips to look better and enhanced, if your ears aren't the right shape, there's nothing wrong with that. There isn't, man. There isn't. Like, I think that like cosmetic facial surgery has gained a bad reputation because unfortunately you do see people that seek out way too much care. You see these women with like hot dog lips and they just look so fake. But I tell you, there's a good balance of a proper amount of cosmetic surgery in the right hands, a surgeon with good and sound judgment. You can make small improvements, and you would be shocked at how these small little things can add up and enhance somebody's profile. I believe in that, man. I believe, honestly, if you're more attractive, you're going to have more confidence in your everyday life. That is true. This clavicular, he's not outright lying. I mean, come on, like we all know the truth. Someone who is just hard to hide, that's the nice way to say it, they're going to have it more difficult in a job interview. Instead of the person that is like got a chiseled jawline, has good looking hair, that sits up straight, that presents himself with confidence, like it's obvious. It's obvious. It's very tough though, man, because I don't see a lot of the middle ground. I don't see people discussing like, well, you know, that there's some merits there, but hey, let's walk it back a couple of feet, guys. Hey, young fellas, you know, I don't want you to take testosterone when you're 15, right? Like if I was literally desperate, poor situation, and I was trying to go play college ball or something, okay, yeah, like I probably would just take testosterone and just go on about my life and do what I had to do. But, you know, I'm pretty strong. I think I look pretty good. I've never taken testosterone before. I've never needed it, man. For one, like I'm confident in myself, and I just, that's just a whole bridge too far. You have people abusing that and other drugs. It's not good, man. There's a certain point where you have to really, in everything in life, you have to measure the benefits versus the negatives. And I tell you what, man, the one thing that you do have is your health. If you have it, that's great. And if you don't have it, what do you really have, right? Yeah, I mean, do you really want to get high blood pressure, hypertension, and do you want to have a heart attack when you're 25 years old because you were abusing medications and you were out partying and you were drinking and you were smoking and you were doing all these things? I mean, there's a lot more to life than what you see on the internet. These supposed pickup artists that are surrounded by women, that life looks so appealing and fun, and man, you know, Clavicular's only 21 years old, and he's like living this life with money and all these things. But I tell you what, man, eventually all of that stuff fades. Eventually you grow up and you mature and you get a perspective on life and what really matters, and all of those things fade away. Looks fade away. The Looksmaxxing that you will do, eventually, man, we're all going to get old. Our bodies are all going to change. That's not to say that you should be lazy. You shouldn't go exercise. You shouldn't be able to handle yourself and be able to jog around the block, right? I'm not saying that, but point is, you should Looksmax. You should Looksmax to an extent, but you should do so in a healthy way. All right. So with that, I will leave you. I hope I earned your subscription. I hope I earned your like, and I hope I earned your comment. Let me know what you think below. Until next time.